Same frog, one small change. It can now jump anywhere from 1 up to k stairs ahead. Watch how a single change to the recurrence turns two fixed choices into a loop. And along the way, learn an important lesson, that space optimization isn't always order 1. The problem is almost identical to the original frog jump. But now, from stair I, the frog can leap forward to I plus 1, I plus 2, all the way to I plus k. The cost of any jump from I to j is still the absolute difference in their heights. Our goal stays the same: find the minimum total energy to reach the last stair, stair n minus 1. Let's trace a small example with k equal to 3. The frog stands here, and from any stair it can look ahead up to 3 steps, paying the height difference for each hop it takes. Here is the only real change. In the original frog jump, every stair had exactly 2 predecessors. But now, stair I could have been reached from any of I minus 1, I minus 2, all the way back to I minus k. So instead of comparing just 2 options, we take the minimum over a loop of up to k options. F of I equals the minimum over j from 1 to k of f of I minus j plus the height difference between I and I minus j. This is only valid when I minus j is at least 0. Our base case is simple. F of 0 is 0, the frog starts with no energy spent. And the boundary rule, we skip any jump j where I minus j would fall below 0, because those stairs don't exist. Let's translate this into recursion with memoization. The structure is the very same ladder we know, only the transition changes, it becomes a loop. If I is 0, return 0. If we've already solved this state, return stored answer. Otherwise, loop j from 1 to k, guard against going below 0, compute each candidate cost, and keep the best. Finally, store and return it. Now the bottom-up tabulation, we build a DP array, set DP of 0 to 0, and fill the rest from left to right. For each stair I, we look back at up to k previous stairs. For each valid one, we add its DP value to the height difference, and we keep the smallest. That minimum becomes DP of I. The answer waits for us at DP of n minus 1. Picture it like this. For a given stair I, up to k arrows reach back to earlier stairs. Each arrow carries a cost. The min operator simply selects the cheapest arrow to land on. Now, complexity and why this one matters, we have n states, and each state does order k work in its transition. Multiply them states times transition, and we get time order n times k. This is the first episode where the transition cost isn't order 1. Always make that formula explicit. And now, an honest caveat about space. In the original frog jump, we collapsed everything down to just 2 variables, reaching order 1 space. It's tempting to assume we can always do that, but here, we can't. The reason is that this recurrence reads the previous k values, not just the last 2, so 2 variables simply aren't enough. The array form order n is the natural final answer. A sliding window of the last k values can bring it to order k, but it adds bookkeeping and is usually not worth it. Here's the teaching point worth remembering. The last rung of the ladder, your space cost, depends on how many earlier states the recurrence actually reads. Order 1 is not a goal to force. A few common pitfalls to watch for. Forgetting the I minus j greater than or equal to 0 guard. And off by 1 error with k, remember, you jump up to and including k, not less than k. And finally, wrongly assuming that space must always collapse to order 1. We've been moving along a line, picking the cheapest path forward. Next time, a different flavor of 1D dynamic programming, choosing a subset of elements under a constraint. That's House Robber. See you in the next episode.